Don't open the third door. Chapter 1. The Inheritance. When Laura Henderson received a letter informing her of an unexpected inheritance, she was stunned. The envelope, yellowed and creased, had no return address. Inside was a short, typed note. Miss Henderson, you are now the sole heir to your late uncle's estate, Hawthorne Manor. The keys are enclosed. The solicitor will meet you on site. One warning. Don't open the third door in the east hallway. She had not spoken to her Uncle Henry in over a decade, not since her mother's funeral. The man had always been reclusive, eccentric, and frightening to her as a child. And now she owned the place? Curiosity outweighed caution. Within the week, Laura packed a bag and took a train to the sleepy town of Delgrave Hollow. Chapter 2. The Arrival. Hawthorne Manor was massive, surrounded by tangled woods and veiled in mist. Its ivy-covered stone walls and gabled roofs loomed over her like a sleeping beast. The solicitor, Mr. Dunley, greeted her on the creaky front steps. A thin man with sunken eyes and trembling hands, he wasted no time. You'll find everything in order, he said. Power, plumbing, though some parts of the house are aged. And this third door? Laura asked. She half expected him to laugh it off. But he didn't. Instead, he went pale. That room is sealed. Must stay that way. I'm serious, Miss Henderson. The manor is yours now, but some doors should stay shut. That night, alone in the vast manor, Laura wandered its halls. Dusty portraits watched her from the walls. Floorboards moaned beneath her feet. But it wasn't until she entered the east hallway that she found it. 3 identical black doors. Each was unmarked. Each old but solid. The third door had a heavy iron latch, and faint scratch marks. She felt an inexplicable chill. And yet, something called to her. Chapter 3. The Dreams. It began that night. Laura dreamed she was standing before the third door. The latch was open. A soft humming came from within, like distant lullabies layered with whispers. She reached out, fingers trembling, and woke up gasping. Every night, the dream returned, becoming more vivid. She began hearing the humming faintly even while awake. It drifted from the east hallway, barely audible but always there. She tried ignoring it. She explored the rest of the manor, documenting its antique rooms and creaky staircases. But the third door never left her mind. She asked locals in Delgrave Hollow about the manor. Most were tight-lipped. Only one, an old librarian named Evelyn, offered anything useful. Your uncle was a good man, she whispered. But he went wrong after that room. Said it was part of the house when he inherited it. Told me once, the room watches you back. Evelyn wouldn't say more. That night, Laura found scratches beneath her bedroom door. Thin like from fingernails. But she lived alone. Didn't she? Chapter 4. Behind the door. The dreams grew worse. Shadows moved where there were none. Laura found objects misplaced. A hairbrush in the freezer, her phone in the fireplace, family portraits turned backward. She started sleepwalking, waking up closer and closer to the third door. On the 7th night, she awoke to find herself standing before it, the latch undone, door slightly ajar. She screamed and ran back to her room. Morning light brought no comfort. Tired of the torment, she decided to confront whatever lay beyond. She returned to the door, now latched again, but lightly, as if it wanted her to open it. With trembling hands she pulled the latch. The door creaked inward slowly. Darkness. But not the absence of light. This was alive. The darkness inside pulsed. She stepped in. Twisted. The room was endless, lined with mirrors that reflected not her, but twisted versions of herself, screaming, laughing, clawing at the glass. She spun around, but the door was gone. Only mirrors, whispers, and the hum remained. A figure stepped out from one of the mirrors. It was her, but older, eyes black as pitch, smile cracked and inhuman. "You opened it," it said. Chapter 5. Reflection. Laura ran. Her feet pounded against the shifting floor, mirrors cracking with every step. "You shouldn't have come here," the voice echoed around her. "You were warned." "Let me out," she screamed. But the voice only laughed. "You belong now. Every heir does. This is the price." Images flashed across the mirrors. Her uncle screaming in the same room. Her mother clawing at the walls, even a child, herself, standing wide-eyed and silent. Suddenly, the third door appeared again in front of her, glowing faintly. She ran for it, heart pounding, reached for the knob, and woke up, sweat-drenched, on the floor of the east hallway. But now the third door was gone. In its place, a mirror, and her reflection was smiling. Chapter 6. The Others. She tried to leave the manor, but her car wouldn't start. Her phone had no signal. The landline was dead. The house had her. Everywhere she turned there were mirrors. New ones appeared daily, above the stove, beside the bathtub, even in the fridge. Worse, they showed things that weren't happening, or hadn't yet. Herself hanging in the attic. Herself stabbing a man. Herself smiling with eyes black as night. She screamed at them, covered them, broke them. But they always returned. The whispers grew stronger. Not just one voice, but many. "The third door opens both ways," they said. "You came in. Now others can come out." One night, she awoke to see a figure at the foot of her bed. It was her uncle, pale, gaunt, and weeping. "I tried to warn you," he said. "Now you must warn the next." Before she could speak, he vanished. Chapter 7. The Final Door. Laura knew what she had to do. She went back to the east hallway. The mirror where the third door once was had changed. It now showed a room, familiar yet wrong. A door within a door. She touched the glass. It rippled. She stepped through. The mirrors were gone. The humming was silent. She stood in a room with one black door, identical to the third door. Something moved behind it. Scratching. Breathing. A note lay on the floor, old and blood-stained. "Don't open it. Just leave this letter. The house finds another." Laura looked back. The exit was fading. The voice whispered again. "You belong now." She placed a new note on the floor beside the door. "Don't open the third door." and stepped inside. Epilogue: The New Heir. 3 months later, a young man named Michael received a letter. Mr. Duval, you are now the sole heir to your great-aunt's estate, Hawthorne Manor. The keys are enclosed. The solicitor will meet you on site. One warning. Don't open the third door in the east hallway.